Seni punya nyawa. Seni punya kuasa. Seni mencetuskan perasaan yang tiada taranya. Seni merupakan pemacu negara. Seni menyatukan kita dalam meraihkan dan menyalurkan tenaga kita ke haluan baharu. Pelaburan demi kesenian Malaysia adalah pelaburan demi jiwa kita. Seni mewakili sejarah terindah dan masa depan kita. Cendana mendorong kita ke hadapan. Dan dari sini, kita bangkit.
Hi, and welcome everyone to the Cendana Open Arts classes brought to you by Cendana. My name is Sarah Ameh and I'll be the moderator for this session. The Cendana Open Arts classes are a series of arts classes under Cendana's Art in the City program. The Cendana Open Arts classes, or OAC, are held from 29th October to 21st November 2021. The OAC features the country's renowned art practitioners to share with you their insights and expertise in their field. If you'd like to find out more information about the OAC and Arts in the City, do visit www.basketl.com.my/AITC. Now, before we begin, let's go through some house rules for this session. To ensure clear audio quality, we will mute your audio and video throughout the session, except during the question and answer session. We will be recording the session. Please share your questions in the chat box and I will be putting forward your questions during the Q&A session. Please respect all participants throughout this session and please introduce yourself in the chat box. We will also appreciate your support in filling in our survey feedback form. The link will be given in the chat box. Please avoid using crass language, unconstructive feedback, and leaving spam comments. Failure to respect the session, the organizer reserves the right to exclude the attendee from further participating in the session. Great. So before we begin, we have a really interesting session today with no other than Mr. Kenji Chai. And today's session will be about exploring art through graffiti. And we will be going in depth on what goes on behind the scenes in creating graffiti art. Welcome, Kenji. Hi. How are you?
Hi guys. I'm good.
Okay. So just a brief introduction for our arts instructor today. Kenji Chai was born and raised in the city of Sandakan, Sabah, and currently lives in KL.
Yeah.
He was bred on comics, cartoons, and storybooks from an early age and spent his days rummaging into the worlds of imagination. His works include the use of cute and vibrant characters, with his main medium being graffiti, combine elements of pop culture, fictional censorship, and a positive mental attitude in all he creates in layered scenes of mischief. Hi, Kenji. How are you?
Hi.
Okay, so maybe you can tell us.
Fine. So thanks everyone for joining. Okay. So thanks everyone for joining. I always get a lot of DMs and a lot of message asking me how to start to paint, do this and do that, and what can do, what cannot do. So I think it's a good chance for today working with Cendana and come up with this session so everyone can understand the basic of it. I cannot say I'm the most professional, but at least I will try to share all my experience to you guys. Hopefully from this video, you can learn something. And let's go.
Okay, great.
So as you can see here, right, this is the dog I painted all the time from 2013, and it's called Chai Go.
What's your name,
My name is Kenji Chai. A lot of people ask me how to do graffiti. A lot of people ask me how to start, how to do this, how to do that. So I think it's good that I put everything in this video for the upcoming beginner, like what they need to know. I will try my best. I couldn't say this is the best video ever, but I will try my best to explain step by step how to get started and how to get going on. Later on, I will bring you to do the real thing, and we have different two artists with me, different kind of styles, so you can know how we work this out together, and not only just me, but the team and also the family. More than 10 years ago, I was like having a job as a graphic designer. But as a graphic designer, right, a lot of things, right, we need to follow the CI. Example like KFC, right, is red color. We couldn't change it to yellow color or blue color. It's been set, and the font for every logo have been set. It's very less freedom. I think maybe doesn't more than 5 to 10%. So one day, right, I was like boring of the computer work because I can't touch my work. So I decided to try something else, whereby there was like a graffiti friend. His name is Day. He's the OG graffiti as well. So I try to fulfill myself every week going to draw graffiti. That was the most happiest moment, because once the time I spray on the wall, right, it triggered back me when I was a young kid. I still remember I was like in Standard 3 by Natural. That time I was like drawing like my favorite character like Ninja Turtle, Street Fighter, and others. It's so ugly, but I can feel the moment is between me and my artwork. The time is like it's like priceless. I was in my own zone, been drawing and drawing textbook and drawing. Since that day, right, I know that I really love to draw. Whereby Standard 3, right, I never listened to the school and the textbook thing, and the teacher is so boring. That was really important, because all of us forget all about this, because we become more realistic, and we forget how to be happy, how to be near to ourselves, to express ourselves, because we really scared how people look at us. We feel like malu. They feel like doing art is like pengemis, or maybe something that don't really make money. But you don't forget, there was a lot of successful kind of artists like Van Gogh, Keith Haring, Andy Warhol. I want to be one of them. So I study and I learn from these people that have been successful, from their path, and I create my own path based on this. I was like being invited to different kind of country like China, India, Korea, and then to the States. They give me walls to express my art. So from the whole discovered in that country, I will try to gel up everything and try to express it through my style based on their inspiration. That was really meaningful, because why we are inspired all the time, because we are staying in the same place, same day, same food, same thing. So we feel boring of it. We need to be inspired. Starting up artists, right, they couldn't travel, right? So what you can do, like listen to your favorite music, watch your favorite movie to like get inspired from the movie. Graffiti got few, like some like try to like Wendell, and some try to like express themselves. But for us, right, we are like artists, try to spread some good energy through graffiti. There's a lot of freedom. You can express whatever. You can art direct. Your style and your drawing or your character is all owned by you. That's what I like it. For the first or beginner, right, we started from tagging. It started like 70s or 80s. In New York, right, people been writing their name on the wall, like to claim this is my spot or this is my territory. You cannot pass my territory, because if you cross, right, you couldn't bear for your own safety. After tagging, right, they have been transferring into like throw-ups, whereby they do a bigger like graffiti thing, like a scratch and very fast paint with a few wording for their name, let's say like 4 letters or 5 letters to mark their spots. So after many years, there was a line to breaking lines like street art and the real graffiti. Nowadays it become like a commercial and something more fun, whereby the real graffiti in New York, right, they still stay real and painting the train. Why they paint the train? Because like the train is like a mobile artwork, whereby it travel around the city They need to find the train yard, they need to risk. It started from there. So here's the book I want to intro you. This is the Bible of graffiti. It's called Street Fonts, and the graffiti alphabet from around the world. So it's like different kind of style you can find in this. It's like more than 150 original A to Z. And let's go, let's see. You can see, right, it's like got different kind of style. Like this very famous 123 clan from Montreal, Canada. And then you can see their letter is very funky, very cool, and very nice. Very, I like it a lot. It's like Eric Hayes style. And beside that, we got the designer, like designer 44 flavor. Okay, this is not bad. This is Atom 1. And you can see like more like old school graffiti, ABC, A to Z. And you can pick which is your favorite, and then you can learn from them. This is like Flying Fortress, whereby is my favorite as well. You can see they're more like graphic design, kind of like a style, and then their throw up is like more to bubble kind of style, and then all like their work is try to convert from Illustrator. And this Herakud, and then their word is more like sketching kind of style, whereby I think it's quite interesting as well. Like they create their own flow and style. And this one is Jeremy Will. He's like a graphic designer kind of like artist, but it's also listed in this book because it doesn't matter for people. It's depend on they have a great style, then they will be included in this book. You can see it's like more bubble style kind of like a thing. And this is the one of the Matt C from Germany, and you can see this is her tagging, Matt C. It's kind of like flow and different kind of style, and you can see the wild style is more new school wild style. So you can see the flow in each letter with different kind of energy and vibe. Beside that, you can do it like simple. This is what we always do, throw ups, like bubble style, bubble kind of style, and from Rizi and from Germany. And you can see like the most basic, but with his own style for bubble, like A, B, C, D, E. Is very readable. Okay, this is also one of the style called Zits from Amsterdam, and it's like a kind of like Delta style and really blockish, futuristic kind of style. The inspired is from different, maybe from Star Wars or kind of like spaceship kind of thing. Or Siva is my friend. He's from Korea, South Korea, and this is his tag. And you can see this is his style that he's been giving to this book. And now he evolved in more to abstract style. So it doesn't matter, it become like the final. It's like the progress and the ongoing. So this one, like the funky 90s style. The color you can see is like got green, yellow, orange. So this is the most basic. You can see the production. Letters, characters, letters. So this is the more basic layout they have done on the street, because the wall is longish, right? So they will do it, or maybe you can put character, letter, character, letter. This depends. And this is another book called Set 1. He's been archiving all his work, right? This is the letter. He tried to draw the letter on the maybe secret room at the top, and with his signature letters. So you can do in different way. So this one is quite interesting, whereby I bought this book for my reference and to understand more of the throw up. See, very cool in different style. Or maybe here you just draw a snake based on this color scheme, and you learn about the color scheme, how you can gel your colors in between the wall and yourself. Yep, this is it. Yep. So modern days, you can follow them in maybe social media, and also like more like into Pinterest. Pinterest is a very good kind of like quality work. You can find a lot of different kind of style there. So from there, you can try to find your own style based on what you have learned from there. And now I have the one that done by our local artist Nash too. Check it out.
So it was inspired by wild style and inspired by spaceship technologies. I created like to A to Z.
You learn from the basic, and slowly you will know that what you love, and you try to gel them together. For the first step, for you to really slowly learn about graffiti, is you do your own tagging. Tagging is the signature for every artist. That's the most important. Like when you finish a piece, right, you write your name on the on the wall, this is represent you and yourself. So tagging is the most easiest way whereby you can access with the easiest material like marker and also a paper. Of course, like if you have an iPad, then you can do it like digitally.
Finding a name, a tag name is very important for you because it's gonna be represented for you for many years to go.
When we're on the street, right, we don't have much space and we doesn't know what is the circumstances. So at home, we have to try to imagine all the circumstances with all the tags, with different kind of flow and different kind of like design. Then when you get used to it, then only we go and tag, and not like standing in front of the pool, standing in front of the place and we thinking like how.
Basically, it's like prepare your bullets and go to war.
So we have to make sure it's short and nice. 4 letters started, 5 or 6 the maximum, not too long, because we don't want to spend too much time on the street and being caught. So I will draw Chaigo, C-H-A-I-G-O. So it's like 6 letters. The first one you can go with the big flow.
Flow is the rhythm and your hand movement. For example, A, it goes this way. So the flow is like going like this. B is like zoop. So it doesn't have to be like a curve like that. It can be also like very rigid like that. It can be very bubblish, something like that. It depends how you want to play it.
And then, as you can see here, right, even though the tag is like this, but then you can see the alignment is the same one. You can like drag the A bigger. You can drag the A bigger. It's very dependent. No need to be, but important is the alignment. It can be different thing, but you need to know the basic. You need to know the basic. Make sure like I can add this arrow, and maybe like this one also can. So it's like different kind of flow. You can do it like, if the wall is longer, you can do it like this.
You can actually add some graffiti elements like star or maybe arrow or halo or lines, tall and narrow. Like that. Like having spaces at the bottom. Maybe you found a pillar, so it's gonna be very narrow. You can do like towards the down, so it's like going down.
You try to like maximize your space so people can look at your tag, and you try to like do as narrow as you can, so to make sure you squeeze everything together. You can be squeeze it down, you can squeeze it up, and as you see the previous one, like the pool, like here, it's very up to your imagination. Importantly is to practice. For the marker, right, I just use this like whiteboard, but doesn't recommend it because we want it to be permanent on the wall. So we need to use like permanent kind of ink, but we can use different kind of like color based on your flavor. So next, right, we're gonna do throw up in the paper first before we going out and paint it on the street.
Throw up is an upgrade from tagging. Something you can do it very fast, but also people can recognize your name.
So you can choose like 2 or 3 color maximum for throw up. Because we don't want too much thing, we want to do it fast and we want to put it outside, like get it done like 5 to 10 minutes and then we chow, okay? First, you get your flow in the letter before you color it. So you need to know your flow first. This is like what I have been transform it from my own name, Chaigo. I like to put something at the back. So after you do it, right, then you try to like color it nicely.
So usually my name is Nesyr, but for throw up, I decided to go with Nes. I want to get it done very fast.
So the next step is gonna outline it with the marker. We have been getting ready. See, one line, make sure it's one line because you want to be confident. You need to know where you start and where you stop. This is very important. Like A, and then I, and then G, and then O. And make sure you put your extension nicely into it. and I can see from here. And then importantly now, to bring up the throw up, you must add more like the shadow. The shadow is very important to make sure that to pop up your throw up. And you can see the throw up like nicely. So the more you practice, the more well prepared you are before you putting it on the wall. So make sure you cover up nicely. After you're done, right, you can put some movement. Let's say some moving thing, or maybe like a smiley face at the one of the thing, and to make it more alive and more fun.
Some people, they put exclamation mark, maybe stars. It can be anything.
And like 2011, you can put it like this. So it'd be like a simple, complete. So I've been using iPad for 2 years, so I think it really helped me a lot. It's like 80 to 90% helping me.
Some software are very helpful, like Procreate, but always brushing your skill on paper first. Also, don't forget about the traditional way. From Google, I went to look for a concrete wall, so I can demonstrate how it will look. Let me look for a suitable brush. So I start with N, E, S, Y, R.
So open up a new layer, and then you choose your favorite color that you want to like do it. And then I choose my turquoise. You put it same. You do your own flow, and then fill it up like what you have done. Make sure it's aligned. You try to align as much as you can, as I told you, to make sure before you go out the street, right, you get it right and done. And with iPad, right, you can color it very fast and get the look and feel nicely before you go out. And this one, and get it done, right. I do it back to this. This is a rough one. Then you get the idea what you're gonna do outside of the. You can undo. Okay, then you can have your base layer, as I told you, right? Very easy. Duplicate it, put it down, and then change color. So the best thing about iPad, right, is that first you can use it to put any place you want. Besides that, you can choose your favorite color by just adjusting the hue. Oh, to match the color. Of course, you don't want to make it like this because it's too similar to the wall. But you can like change it like the popping color, like green or pink color. So from here, I choose green, so it looks more pop. So this might be very easy. You are cozy with your aircon on like 16, but outside, right, you're gonna be sweat, you're gonna be tears, you're gonna be like a lot of noise, a lot of people. But what you need to do is focus when you're painting, okay, to complete your task. Important is to do a nice artwork and not be interrupted by all the surrounding. I suggest you can bring your own favorite music, pop it in, and get it done. People always talk to me, right? They say like, oh, it's very, very hard for me. Then I ask them, how much time, how many times do you practice? 2 times. I was like, at least 100 tags before you go out. So it's very important, and doesn't want to look ugly on the street and become a toy. A toy is like a beginner that they don't know nothing and they're too ego and they just put their shit out there. That doesn't look nice, okay? You have to make Malaysia proud and not let people laugh at Malaysia and so many like bullshit work outside, okay? So we're gonna go to Gelatic for today. Jump! There will be very cool and chilling place and not so hot. It's really good for a beginner. You can drop by LRT or you can drive along the river. Besides, you can practice here, right? You can enjoy from people around the world. Some of them will come here because it's very famous. You can check out different kind of artwork and get the inspiration from it. Somewhere here, we have to be very careful because I can share one experience from my friend whereby he was like painting down and then under the bridge. It was raining and he doesn't care, and he has a motorbike, and when he discovered the water rise very fast, it's too late already, and he tied his motorbike beside the staircase, and then the water just rise above his motorcycles. Then after the water go down, right, he want to come down and clean his motorbike, it's gone. Kanpoi, bye bye. Water is rising. Just go home. You can come next day, no problem. Okay? So now we are going out. Importantly is to bring your weapon and also what you're going to prepare, because like as you know, right, this is like the acrylic paint, but the pigment inside of the material is quite toxic. So normally I wear like gloves to make sure that my hand is clean. If not, like after that you're gonna consume like food or everything, right, might be toxic to you. And important is to use this, the 3M mask. The 3M mask can protect you. There's like a 2 or 3 layer, and then you can see inside here, right, there was like a filter. You can change after like several times, and if you use it right, this one will become like darker and darker because it absorbs a lot of like the molecules from the spray. So you have to wash it every time for hygiene purpose. And here, right, there's like a few different kind of spray, from the most expensive to the cheapest. Okay, let's go. So this is a cheap paint. Let's test. It's not gonna work. You can see it's like very, very light, transparent. Let's test the slightly expensive one. So it's like the good coverage. So it's the difference of the cheap and good paint. There is like 2 types of caps. Female cap is like a hole. So you can see here is like the point, the tip, and the usage for this one. And this one cannot be applied to the other can. The other can, right, we're gonna use like male cap, whereby you can see there's like a tip on it, and they plug into the hole. There's like a few types of spray cap here. So this is the stock cap for the cheaper can. If you are good enough, you can perform like a very detailed thin line. And beside that, we have this New York fat cap. Is very important, whereby you can fill in and do a bigger strokes. So it's very helpful when you're filling in. To get a solid line, right, your hand couldn't go too far or too near. Have to be consistently like this from top to bottom. If let's say like you didn't do it right, you just spray at this, then you can see it's like spraying all the time. So start, stop. Don't like, you can do this, but it'll be very, very drippy. Like printer, 1, 2, 3 is solid. It's solid. When you tag, right, it's one line. Follow the flow, do it nicely. Okay, now we are gonna do a Chigo throw up for you to have a look how we're gonna make a perfect throw up to make sure it looks good on the wall. Okay, first you need your bucket paint and also your outline. Okay, let's go. Why use bucket paint? Because bucket paint is cheaper when you fill in instead of using spray, because spray is quite expensive, and then we use the spray for outline. It's same like makeup. You need to have a good foundation in order for you to get a nice makeup on face, because the wall is quite sometimes, right, it's quite dry. So you have to remember this. Important is to make sure the wall in a good condition. As long as you can see many people paint here, right, I want to have my yeah, it got noisy, right? It's okay. Let's start. Get your roller inside. And then why do you put your roller inside? Because I don't want to wash. So I have to make sure that every time the brush is moisture, I can use it anytime I want. Take your brush, and then with brush, you can now starting to sketch. Because I've been using it many times, so I can sketch my Chigo anytime. So what do you do to make sure that you get a nice proportion? Practice. Make sure you roll it. Each inch that you want to paint, make sure you roll it nicely and fully cover all the hole. Make sure you get everything nice. So one bucket you can draw a lot of throw-ups if from the same person. The more you do, right, the more better like people will respect you, because you've been dedicated to the street and doing something nice. Check it, check all the proportion from far. Okay, now wait for like 1 or 2 minutes. Make sure it's like a little bit dry. Then you put it back. Your brush, make sure it's moisture. So make sure it's moisture inside, and then you can use it the other time. You don't need to wash. It's kind of complicated for the washing part. So this is the safest way and fastest way to keep the brush. So now we're gonna outline it. Since we have the shape already, right? You have to understand which part to start and where to stop, line by line, and without hesitation. So the practice back perfect, do it more, then you will understand your structure, your line, your style. We have traveled back to like 2011 because I forget the year, but it's okay. I think it's kind of cool. 写错了哎. It's okay, important is to have fun. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other side to get a raw wall and teach you from scratch how you're gonna make the raw wall into a beautiful pieces of graffiti. Make sure the spot we paint, people will look at it, especially on the highways or beside the highway or beside the roadside, whereby it's the most visibility to get the most engagement, whereby after we have risking ourselves to paint it there. I've been stopped multiple times. Me and my friend, Nastu and Clockwork, we've been painting at Cheras. We took like 3 to 4 hours to complete the work, and been a lot of people passing by, giving like, and people been buying us food. Some give us some money tips because they're living at that area, right? They really thank us for beautifying the place, but still, we didn't get any permission to paint there. Then after 3 or 4 hours, right, there was like a police wearing a bulletproof vest. I was like, wow, we are like a criminal, like a crazy criminal, like we're gonna hand out like guns or maybe like a knife. Apa bawa sini ya? Kita mempercantikkan Kuala Lumpur. Cantik ah, not bad ah. So they write our name, write our number. Okay ah, kalau ada job boleh call you ah. So there's like a good experience, quite fun. So as usual, as I told you guys, right, we start with the paint because this wall, right, is very raw. We need to have a foundation to make sure it looks solid enough. So let's start with the white color. White is the cheapest one if you want to buy in a hardware store. Okay, let's start. We have been saving the brush inside. So now we're gonna use it back, and it's moisture. So start with here, align with what you want to do. See? So make sure you have base on your strength, right? Not too far, not too small. Make sure the gap here and here, the alignment from top and bottom. Make sure the wording is all straight to make it looks really, really like crispy and solid. So as I have mentioned to you, I'm gonna use like 3 color inside this. All is white and then a few of it is turquoise. Let's do it. Balance. Roll it nicely. Make sure you press it because a lot of like paint that was like been hide inside. So when you press it right, it will come out. The roller paint is the best ever after we discovered, compared with the spray for the base, because it's solid and it's easier to cover the background. This situation is like there was like a paper or anything, right? We need to scrap it, make sure it's all gone before paint on it. If not, it will come out easily. So just scrap the behind to make sure it's clean and clear. Same goes to the wall that with a lot of like chip paint. When the paint is chipping, right, you just scrap it and then it will come out easily. So wet wall is very not recommended because with the wet wall, right, the paint doesn't stick because the wall itself is too wet. So I recommend you guys to paint on like a dry wall. Now we're gonna paint the white color to the remaining alphabets. Excuse me. And then my brush got some problem. It cannot roll. It's not moving. You see, like stagnant. I tried to like twist a bit here and there. Make sure it's like trying to like work, but I still can paint. We cannot stop since we have started something. So basically this second coat is very important. As you can see now, it's like very transparent. We have a second layer of white to make it like really white, to make the artwork crispy and pop, super pop. So now it's the last and most important part is the outline. Do it nicely and make your mom proud. Second word, H. And then A. And then O. And then G. Make sure one line, crispy. Stop at one point only. And then O. And then I have this. And then shadow. Make it nice. Okay, and fill it in to make the art more pop. As I told you guys, right, fill in, very important. The flow, make sure it doesn't come out. Solid. That's just like a printer thing, as I told you guys. Solid, never move away, steady. Almost done, almost there, the last alphabet, C, and we are good to go. Here we go. Lala, now I'm gonna invite my friend to show you different kind of flavor. He gonna do a kind of font like more like a print font, like straight and accurate. Think carefully before every action because we want to do it fast and we don't want to repeat it. Steady hand and go. Stop.
I feel alive.
It's like painting a nice artwork, right? Also like a connection in between you and the other artist, and discuss like a teamwork and how to make the whole piece look nice and gel together. Okay, done? Anil? Okay, Anil is a friend from Penang, so now he's his first time to try, just like you guys. Perfect time to paint is like 3, 4 to 5. Let's say if not like in 12. 12 is like melting and it's too crazy. Now he's coloring the last letters before he full force on drawing the lines. Yup. Good. Slowly, steady. Down a bit. Not too far, go nearer. Not too far. So this is the outcome. So from far, you see what is like you want to like perfect it and go and perfect it. New is like touching up his style is okay. Up to you. It's like you're a beginner, you're not happy with it, and you can go and touch up it. Of course, like we did in the street, right? We don't have any time to touch up. So practice make perfect. do it nicely, make all mistake at the bridge and at Jalate or whatever place you practice, and then do it nicely on the street. So we have completed like 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of throw up with different style. As this one is the first time, I can say he did a good job, and he's new, right? New in Chinese means like cow. So you can see like the cow patterns is here, and even though the shape is a bit not even, but I consider a good one. The line is quite cool, solid. This is our best, since he is like a letter expert, and Chica is like a graphic artist. So you can see it's like one piece of like a stickers. What I would improve is like my H, right? Gonna come out a bit to see more H, and my G, right, can push in a bit. Because it's not Procreate, so we can't do it. So we only can improve for the next round. If you don't want to waste your paint, right, the leftover paint, like a little bit, you can use it for tagging. So now it's getting darker. It's time to go back, because after dark, right, we can't see much and it's quite dangerous. Check everything and don't leave anything here behind, okay? It's gonna be a long journey.
5 hours drive.
As I started from the street, and then slowly I was doing more different kind of like commercial project. It took like 3 or 4 years to really master the way you spray. Of course, you're a fast learner, you can make it better. Like people got talented like Esmo. He was like maybe took 1 or 2 years. My advice for beginner, right, at first, right, you can like try to do something that you really love. Find 2 artists that you are really like it. Then you try to gel their style together, like you learn from this artist, learn from the artist, and then you combine and innovate your own style. Don't think about like what people want, then only you draw. Because like if you follow this, right, you never end, because the world keep on changing, every time keep on new style, new artists. Then year by years, right, you feel like, wow, you're quite tiring because you need to learn every different new style. So create our own style and be the trend as like your own identity. And why do we need to keep repeating it? Is because people need times to adapt and digest your style. Once they digest your style, right, then they will remember who you are, you and your style and your branding. On the commercial side, right, at first you can propose a bit of your style. Of course, they want what they want, but once you get the trust from them, they can adapt to your style. You give it like your 80% until like another 8%. Of course, you need to keep 10% of their requirement, but most of them is on your own. This is what I've been doing all these years. You can get opinion from people how to do a nice work or what is a good work, but they are not you. You are the artist. You are to fulfill your inner you, then you express from your inner and try to inspire people. So be true to yourself, self-discover more, and try not to like work on something that you don't like and get the money to buy something to impress people you don't really want. Is really pity. So I rather to fulfill myself, to be rich inside, rather than I have money but you forget about what you really want to do and your dream. Don't doubt yourself. If you really love to draw, right, go all the way. Now you have social media, your own platform. You don't need any of the other platform. The reason you fail is because you are lazy and you just want something drop from sky like a bunch of money, then you become like rich. No, never. What you want to be, work for it, work hard for it, okay? Don't go for shortcuts. Think of idea, do it, share it in your social media, and then you repeat it. Don't scare of mistake. Mistake for me is an experience. The more mistake I make, the more experience I have to be nearer to my success or nearer to what I want to be.
If success is about taking one step at a time, keep moving forwards. Every step you take gets you closer to the breathtaking view up there.
Great. Thank you, Kenji, for such an informative session. We have a lot of questions getting queued right now.
Yep.
From a lot of graffiti fans and enthusiasts. So just to kick things off, before we actually start on the Q&A session, I would really like to ask everyone here, all participants, to switch on their videos. We're going to take a photo before we start the Q&A session. Okay. Everyone ready? Screen 1, smile. Screen 2, Screen 3 and screen 4. Okay, awesome. So we have quite a lively Q&A chat. You were also interacting with some of the participants.
Yeah. Very
So,
funny.
we're going to get everyone to come on board. I'll call you out based on the questions you have submitted. Can we get PL Wang? He has a few questions for you, actually.
Mm.
Yeah, can we?
Actually, I've replied him, but it's okay. I can reply again. I
Yeah.
can yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Thanks for having this session. Great. Yeah, Kenji has replied to some of my questions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
hope you enjoy.
Thanks. Maybe on top of it, I add additional
Go
some
ahead,
of those
repeat.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did highlight about police coming over, etc. Right.
Yeah.
So for commission walls, we understand that it's not a problem. You can paint how long you want, etc. But what about non-commission walls that you only given like 10 minutes? Maybe how do you move away, right? Or get away and then not to get into sticky situations like this. Yeah.
Okay. So at first, right, you try find some wall that not belong to anyone, like maybe like a roadside wall, or maybe a wall like not belong to certain people, but maybe belong to the government. So it's easier to paint there. And then secondly, make sure you tie nicely your shoe, so anything happen you can run. So in order to avoid everything, right, you need to practice. Practice make perfect. So it's like the dog, right? I've been drawing like 20, maybe like 200 times. So it's like the line I can memorize is like a machine in my hand. So it's very fast when I do it. And try to avoid not to do it too late at night, because it's very dangerous. People maybe can come to like maybe can romp you or whatever, but then in daylight it's better, because daylight is everyone is busy about their own thing, right? So it's easier to paint in daylight, and then the color you can reference easier to see. Yeah. So if you got a wall, right, try to make sure you give your best. Don't try to like destroy the wall. Because for me, right, I start from my drawing. So for me, always I appreciate every wall I get to make sure I paint the best for it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Moving on to the next question, can we get Luke Afiq? He's got quite an interesting question. I think you have quite a bit to share on this. I think
Hello, Luke.
Yeah.
He quit. Is he?
Yes, Luke. Yeah, maybe I'll read out the question.
Yeah.
Okay. So his question was, hi, any behind the scenes story on how you incorporate your style and trying to find connection with your roots?
Okay. First, right, I started from what I really want to paint. So it's very important, because like the first thing is not to impress the client, but to like keep yourself motivated and keep on going in doing what you love. Of course, like you need to fulfill your client, but the important point is that you build a bridge with your client or the customer. It's like they trust you. When they trust you, right, then slowly implement your style. Of course, when they find you, right, they like what you draw. But importantly is to you self-discover, and keep yourself interested in what you're doing, and not about earning the money. So once you can focus in this point, and the income will come behind. But importantly is how you can differentiate yourself with other people. It's like doing something, of course, like for me, right, like Kenji, I can draw a lot of things, like maybe portrait or maybe some other letters or whatever, but I know my strength is not there. My strength is in like drawing like cartoons, because that I was so influenced by that one. So I need to understand what is my strength and try to minimize your what's something you do not the best. So you only give your best and be the best of it. So when client come to you, right, they will look for professional and not for like of course you can be an artist that can draw anything, but what makes you different? Yeah, so you need to understand this point. So first you need to find yourself self-discovered, then only you try to like elaborate and make it to a higher level.
I'm sure those years of self-discovery really came at it was really part of a journey, because you mentioned you were a graphic designer before and taking the leap into being a full-time artist.
Yep. Why? Okay, maybe I can share a bit why I move into it. Of course, like at first, like I thought like, because in the company, right, everything been set. You cannot change example like KFC color to blue to yellow. You can't, because they are all in the CI. You need to follow. So I was thinking like, how can I be an art director? How can I art direct myself? So I was thinking like, maybe I can take some times in the free time, like maybe Saturday and Sunday, just for fun, painting just for fun and expressing everything I want to share and want to draw and paint the street and make the street looks better. So that's my initial plan. But after that, right, it's getting more serious and serious, then suddenly now become a career. But you need to start from what you love to do as a hobby first. Then after that, I was thinking like, maybe I have a job, permanent job, then I have some income from my side project or side hobby. I think it would be best enough. Until certain time, right, I feel like my capability is more than just working. Then I give it a try. Of course, it's not stable, but then you have to like save your money, not to overuse your money. Example like MCO, right, is a best practice. We never know what coming in the future. So saving for the future is very important as an artist. Yeah.
Okay, which actually follows up to the next question by Ben
Yep.
Chin. He doesn't have a camera, but I'll just read out his question as well.
Okay.
Kenji, how do you sustain your living in the beginning of your journey? Any advice of us who wants to make the leap and join to be an artist?
Okay. Actually, if you want to draw anything, right, you can start now. But into the point where you can make a living, right, is really take a long progress. As I told you guys, have a permanent job, make sure you're okay. Then you can treat this as a side project. And now there's no more reason you can be failed, because like there's a lot of social media platform like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. You can share your talent there wherever you can. Just keep on practice and keep on drawing it. And also importantly, you know your value. And when people ask you, right, you don't say whatever, like you can give whatever money you want. No, you have to set it. If you don't know how to set a value, then you can ask direct message me or other artists whereby they have a minimum charging. So we can start from a minimum charging. Of course, you need to brush up your skill from the skill, and then from there you can charge more, but not like one time like very high. And now, right, it's good for you guys to go into NFT, whereby it's a new platform for digital artists. It's a very good one, so you can give a try and keep on drawing and keep on trying, and don't give up. When people come to me, they say, I've been trying 1 or 2 times. 1 or 2 times is not enough. You have to draw many times until you make it a success. So so until the time come, right, then you will know there's a time you would like to give a try as your career. Of course, it's not really not stable, but I can tell you guys, the money I save, it can last for a few years. That's what I've learned from the progress.
Yeah, I think it's also important in making it a career as well as your freelancing. Money management for artists as well is something that's very important. Yeah. Okay.
Next question.
Next question we have from Hafiz Majid. Hafiz, you want to turn on your camera? Hafiz
Hello,
Majid.
Hafiz. Show me your face.
Okay. Kalau tak ada camera, I'll just write it out, read it out. Hi Kenji, how do we blend color? I mean color matching. And how do you decide what font to choose? Thank you.
Okay, so importantly, right now is like you need to like study. You can reference to like Pinterest. So normally, sorry, my daughter.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay, so importantly, you can study the color and the layout from Pinterest. That from there you can see a lot of research. There are a lot of nice art and color scheme. So from there you can choose whatever you like, or try to like study and copy and keep on practicing until certain time. Then you can try to paint on the wall. Yeah.
Okay. I think what we can also tell from the video is that the groundwork before you even go out and start painting outside, it's so crucial.
Yeah.
You have to stabilize
important.
your hand movements and basically your whole process as well.
Yeah, because when you go outside, right, there's no time for practice. You have to be fast, you have to like be focused. So it's best to prepare at your home before going out. Yeah, make sure your can is working, shake well. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, moving on to the next question from Kwa Michael. Michael, do you want to turn on your camera? Okay, it's okay. I'll just read it out first. Kenji, during the pandemic, do you manage to produce your arts? Where was your channel or IT platform? Or digitally, do you have any sketches, or do you produce like dolls or toys other than your
Yeah, because right, I can say it like before pandemic, right, I've been traveling a lot because been invited to different country to paint. And in this pandemic hours, right, it's a bit different. I need to like reschedule everything. So I managed to like draw some artwork, take some video. And of course, like the idea might be losing a bit because like my inspiration all come from outdoor and been traveling, but it doesn't stop me now. So I was planning that time I focus in producing Chigo, the dog, with different kind of brand. Then we collaborate. I done with Swatch, and then with some other brand. So we managed to launch something. So it's quite okay lah, not that bad lah.
I think you have some videos you want to share as well, right? From
yeah. Maybe we can have a look at the videos.
Okay. Tech team, can we play the videos?
Kasih tahu Sya, apa warna yang kamu orang dapat nampak? Dari sini, macam-macam warna saya nampak. Kamu nampak juga kah? Dorang bilang kita tiada bangunan yang tinggi-tinggi macam dorang. Konon kita tinggal dan hidup di atas pokok. Dari sini macam-macam warna saya nampak. Warna cara hidup orang tua sampai budak-budak. Cara hidup yang luar biasa. Makanan kita, muka kita yang bingung-bingung. Bagus betul nasib kita. Sebab kita tinggal dalam hutan yang hidup. Inilah nih warna Borneo. Hutan yang penuh dengan adat-adat yang kita tanam dalam minda dan jiwa kita.
Wow, that was amazing.
Okay.
A really, really beautiful video done by
sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
okay.
how long did those large-scale projects take?
So the first one took me around a month, whereby I need to be so disciplined, wake up at 8 and finish at 3, because after 3, right, there will be thunderstorm and raining. It's really hard for the first 2 days because this is one of my biggest projects, and I start from 24th floor. When I'm looking down, right, the car is like Hot Wheel, maybe like slightly smaller than Hot Wheel. It's crazy. I want to give up at first. But then after 1-2 days, right, I feel like I just need to focus in what I'm doing in front of me and not like focusing on the how dangerous is it. If we keep on like this, right, it's really hard for me to finish what I started. So after I've been focusing, right, I feel like I'm not scared anymore because of I'm so focused in my art, and slowly it coming down, right, I feel more secure and more happy. And until finish, right, it feel like I take a breath and it's like it's done. So it's really not easy. It's really not easy, but I'm happy because I'm really passionate in art, right? I will try my best to take challenge and finish it. And the second one also quite challenging because of the space, right? We couldn't use the crane, so we need to use scaffolding. So every day I need to climb like 8 to 10 scaffolding floor, and really dangerous. Look down is like nothing. If you fall down, might die. But importantly is like, ask yourself, is this really what you love to do? If you really love to do, right, you will overcome it and you will achieve better and better. And all of this, right, just start from what I have teach you guys, from a very, very basic kind of like art. And because I really love art, I just do it. And it leads to where I am now. Yeah.
The first graffiti piece is in Red Hotel in KL, and the second one is in Sabah, if I'm not mistaken.
In Sabah, yeah,
Right.
because I'm original from Sandakan. So I think it's good to paint a good piece in KK since I got a commission job. And after being around the world, right, you can see what I portrayed on the wall, right, is more to Malaysia style, Malaysia culture. Because I found out that, right, in each country, they have their own heritage, their own like style, culture. So when people come to Malaysia, they want to understand and see a different way, or maybe want to see something interesting. So I think it's the best way is like I use graffiti and try to bring it out, our own culture element, and put it on the wall. I think this will be represent us, and I feel more comfortable in drawing this, and not like, maybe of course I can draw hip hop, this and that, blah blah blah, but this is not us. We need to be proud of where we're from, and we try to show it to the world. Yeah.
That sounds great. So I think that answer actually follows up to the next question itself. It's from Ijaz. How would you describe the journey of how you found your style? You mentioned through traveling, through Malaysian culture as your inspiration. Maybe you can share us a bit about how you found your style.
So along the journey, right, I've been drawing a lot of things, but I feel more comfortable in drawing like animals and leaves and environment and tree, because I want the next generation to also enjoy this. Now I need to like try to draw something and preserve this, and hope that I can try to like make people realize that how important is environment, and after that they can bring it on. And when you draw on something you feel that you're very comfortable in it, that will be your style. Because this couldn't be a lie to people, because for artists, right, we cannot force them to do something they don't like. It's very hard for them to really express, to show how good they are. Then when you draw something that you feel like you can lose hours and hours, and the moment just you and your art, that is your style. That is what you really want to do. And you try to go deeper and deeper, try to make it better, better and better, practice more and more each time, and you can see the result differently. Yeah. And try first thing, not try to draw something to impress people. You can do this, but you will not be happy. Important you impress your own self, then you can impress people. Yeah.
And I guess in a way also it's important to have that own self journey of discovery, and what is authentic to your own experience. I'm just going to switch gears here and ask you a bit about a question we have here from Jyoti. I think this is also touched in your video as well, about handling authorities. Graffiti is something, even though it's still, I guess, in a way more widely accepted now, you still have run-ins with the law, I'm sure. Maybe you can share with us if you've ever been caught by the police or any council members, and you told a story in the video of how you managed to get away with it, but have there been any other instances where any interesting stories to share?
Is it like I have told you guys about, I forget what I told in the video. Is it like about like a drawing
next to the highway?
So basically the first intention is to beautify the wall. So if you're being caught, right, there's two ways. Either you just clean it up, you can tell them I can clean it up, but your intention has to be right, not to draw something that inappropriate or whatever. Depends on you guys, because you want to be graffiti artists, right? For us, it's like I want to beautify the place. So my intention is to make sure I draw a good piece. And beside that, right, we was drawing a wall nearby a taman. So every car passed by every year. So we did it like every year to renew it at Chinese New Year. I invite friends, then we paint the wall together. Then people been giving us drink, then giving us food, and say thank you to us. Thank you for beautifying this place. So people can feel our intention. Are we doing the good thing or bad thing? So this is very important.
And
so
I guess
importantly,
sorry. I will just cut you off.
You can say.
Yeah, so you touched a bit on community. I guess in the graffiti community, a sense of togetherness is important, because it's not something, even for your large scale works, it's not something you can accomplish just by yourself, right?
Yep. So beside that, right, we have a community, like a few friends that I really like. Then we've been discussing ideas. So maybe last time is like we've been drawing a lot together. After pandemic, we can't do it. Then after that, maybe we can gather again. Then you can share ideas. Like maybe in this this event, then you can know different kind of people. Then you can gather together and go and paint together, sharing the idea or skill. Then you can discuss. It's better than you do it by your own self, I think. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move on to the next question from Shuhaib. It's related to, I guess, the videos that we saw earlier. Shuhaib, do you want to turn on your camera? A lot of shy people today.
Only the first one turn on.
Yeah. Guys, feel free to raise your hand if you want to ask a question live to Kenji. We'll spotlight you straight away. So let me just clear this question first from Shuhaib. Sir, may I know, how do you determine the size for your art on the wall? So how do you scale your designs?
Okay. So you imagine your wall is like a A4 paper. So we need to zoom out. What means zoom out is like I couldn't see a clearer picture in front of the wall. So I tried to draw some lines and then I move back and I zoom out, just like when you're drawing on your iPad. So when the scale is right, then you can see the proportional. Is it okay? Okay, then you zoom in again, you go in front and then you draw again to get a proportional. And the line of the proportional is very important. Once you get it wrong, right, then your whole progress until the end, right, your proportional is wrong. So spend more time in sketching the wall. So from sketching the wall, then get the right proportion, only you color it. Because if you don't proportion it nicely, then the outcome at the end will be the same. It will not be right. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have someone here who wants to ask a question? Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the next question. I have one question from Ben Chin. Ben, are you here? Hi. Can you unmute your camera?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Okay. Actually, this is a curious questions on here because I noticed graffiti like around like 10 years back. So that time I was impressed by one of the so-called the secret wall, which is in UK there. So that's why I'm thinking, what such a things that you see rap that can like compete each other, dance can compete each other. So secret wall is like for gravity to compete each other. So I'm thinking, is there any such an event like in Malaysia, like secret wall, something like that?
So what's the secret wall? Sorry for everyone who might not know what it is.
I don't know. You ask Kenji explain more.
Yeah.
This is what I saw last time.
It's like a black and white battle in between two artists. So they use like a marker pen or some material to battle in certain time. So see who is the fastest and see the audience more on this side, on that side. Then it will be a winner. Yeah, but not yet. Maybe soon they will do something, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Now events can start again.
Yeah, hopefully in the future can do. So Ben, do you paint your stuff yet? Started anything yet, or like is your first time engaging graffiti course?
Yeah, actually, I didn't start anything, but I just like been witnessing how the graffiti progressed in these 10 years. So how it progressed in Malaysia here. So quite impressed on the whole journey of the whole progress. So, but however, yeah, actually the main core thing is like what you said, what the core thing that you want to draw for yourself.
Yes,
to discover yourself. Actually, this is the thing that I got no ideas of how to really want to draw for myself because I'm not come from any art backgrounds. So that's why, but however, just like I see all these graphic things, all these picture things. But now I can see now artists they need to make things very massive. So to make it more obvious to reach to the audience. If like your thing is not massive enough, like people can't see your things nowadays.
So
but
just on that
massive, I think the idea is very important.
It's idea
now like people like they don't care about like maybe the video quality. Important is the idea content inside the video or the idea on a paper or maybe on something, right? The idea is very important because we've been seeing too much thing every day. So it's not easy to impress someone with something normal. Yeah. But importantly for me, for the first class, right, I still think try to find something you love to do. Don't think about like, oh, this thing maybe no people like it. It's okay. Importantly is you do it what you love and you slowly you will be absorbing or maybe getting people who like you in the style you've been doing. So that's very, very important.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ben.
so that's why because I've been seeing you like seeing Red Hongi. So you guys are doing things that massive, but the way is so different. So so how I'm going to kickstart the art thing, which is graffiti style or other style, or what style is it? So actually it's not about the style, but it's the thing that I want to deliver, express myself, right?
Okay, so for everyone who joined here, right, I believe you guys have been a lot of like a lot of research, but important is to practice. On doing right from in the journey, right, you find start something. If you don't start right, forever it's just an idea in your mind. It doesn't show up or pop up. or didn't been realized into something physical. So important you go and do something. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
we can do it. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, next.
Yeah, moving on to the next question. We have Muhammad
Yeah.
Hafiz Rahman. Hafiz, you want to turn on your camera? Muhammad
Hello,
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Hi.
Show me your face.
Okay. Maybe he's shy. So his question is, Kenji, have you ever experimented with natural dye for your graffiti?
Natural dye, like example.
Like, dyes that are derived from, because I think, a lot of these paints are from chemical paints
Hey,
and
not yet. Not yet. Maybe I can
but
try
it
someday.
might be a bit hard, right? Because it's
Yeah. Because the spray need pressure to spray it out. So the pressure we have been, and then the pressure really like we practice on pressure. So other not yet, but only I use paint, roller paint, and spray paint. Yeah, so far, and marker sometimes. Yeah.
okay.
And also, right, just now, I think I missed one question.
Mhm.
How I scale the bigger size of the wall, like KK, those big wall, right? Okay, beside stand out, I've been using projector. Of course, people will say, you're not real. It's okay because the sketch is done by me. The artwork is more important. So I just project and follow to get the lines right. Then only I paint. Beside that, for the tallest wall, I didn't use projector. It's really hard because there's no building I can project from the other side to get the proportion. So what do? I ask someone to give me some lines, like some square, but very thin. And then, right, I found that it's a big problem because like the square is too big. And when I on the gondola, it's distorted and I cannot zoom out. So I only can fix it every day after I finish the wall. Then I stand back really far, super far, like opposite the road, like 100 meter to see my proportion is right. Of course, the eyes is like up and down. So I note down and then second day I go and fix it. Day by day, slowly fix everything. Yeah, it's not easy, but it's quite interesting for me.
Okay. We have a interesting
next.
question actually. From JC. Hi Kenji, I'm an 11-year-old kid. I just now did an artwork on paper. May I show you? JC, can you turn on the camera? So
Sure.
cute.
Come on.
JC, hello. Hi.
Hello, JC.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Ashley.
Hi,
So I saw what you guys like did in the video on the paper. So I first time I just try out a bit. So this is for my name.
Wow.
Wow, not bad. Good one.
Really
Good start.
impressive.
Then my mother asked me to
I like how you. Wow, not bad. Cool. And it's like I like the connection. Actually, you did it right because like the JA is all connected. It's good, not too far. If too far, right, it's gonna be too loose. And I saw a lot of wall in your house. You can invite your friend and boom your house.
Yeah.
Do you wanna start to paint on the wall?
No. I just try on the paper.
Yeah, you can try on the paper. Yeah, slowly you can try on the wall. I think you have potential.
Kenji, maybe you can share the name of the book you had in the video. That would be something that I think Ashley.
Okay. What's the name of the book? It's like a museum, right? Museum of letter. I will check again. I forget what name already.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very that book is very cool. You can purchase it online.
Do you do a lot of drawing, Ashley?
Yeah, I do some art at home. Yeah. So sometimes I just draw in my free time.
Keep drawing.
Yes. Do you feel happy? Do you feel happy when you draw?
Yeah. It's like relaxing, like when I've like no schoolwork to do, I just draw.
Do you feel boring in school?
Sometimes. Like I guess online it's boring, but then in physical it's not that boring.
Yeah, because it's still online schooling, right? For some of you guys.
Yeah.
So I will share a bit like how I practice. So when I was standard 3, right, my class is so boring. Then I was like drawing on my textbook all the time. And then the artwork sucks. But I feel like that time, right, the moment is freeze. I was into my art. I'm so happy. That is the kind of feeling I have. And it remind me once I paint on a wall, like back to 10 years ago, is the freedom of creating. That what bring me and keep my passion alive until today. So keep it on, okay?
Okay.
You
Thank
be the
you.
next graffiti artist. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, I have the name of the book. It's Street Fonts by Seth Godin. Yeah.
Yes, street font. You can try to Google it, street font, and then it's very easy to see. It's like an orange color with a lot of graffiti font. Yeah, street font.
Hey, Ashley, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So cute lah. Ayo.
Okay, next.
Anyone interested to just have a, ask a question to Kenji, please raise your hand. We'll highlight you in the chat. Or else I will move on to the next question here. I think we have a question from Jyoti. She has mentioned, have you done any work for NFT? And what platform is it on?
Yep. Okay, actually I've been struggling to put my NFT on the any of the platform. Then until one day, my friend Hong Yi been calling me and say that I have a project with Times. So you know the Times, right? So we've been working with Times, and in Malaysia there's two artists, me and Hong Yi, and around the world got a few. And then we have like 150 edition for each artwork for me and Hong Yi. So it's sold out in 10 seconds. Crazy.
Wow.
So yeah. So for the new artists, right, you guys can try to go into the NFT platform. In Malaysia, we have pentas.io for Malaysian artists. And beside that, you can try OpenSea, whereby it's like for international artists or Malaysia, whatever. Importantly is do something, but the difference is last time digital art no value, but now you can sell it. So it's really good for upcoming artists to earn some money and or to kickstart something, to start your brand or to start your artwork. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, NFTs is a big thing now. A lot of local artists, internationally, everyone is on it. Okay, we have another question from PL Wang. Weather is also something to consider, especially on windy days. Do you set up with mini tents or do you just go with the element? Especially now.
Oh no, it depends. It depends how heavy is the rain. If too is breezy, still can try, but once the water touch the wall, right, when you spray, right, it gonna spray. So normally I would have a small towel with myself, and then we try to clean it up, and then only we paint on it. But it's like this, because this is not like an indoor activity. So the fun is you need to it maybe sometimes too hot. And I still remember one experience with my good friend. We've been painting in like a abandoned place. At the end, right, he cannot so many yamuk, right, until he got dengue and go to hospital. Yes.
Okay.
Too much. Yeah. But then it's kind of fun because based on the situation, you need to know what you can do, and you have more appreciation and more preparation when you go out and paint. Because every time the place is different. Some I've been painted in the back alley, right? And then when I was painting on the drain, I was trying to clean up my piece. Suddenly there was a hole, and the hole come out the balak. Yeah, because it's near to the toilet. So it's okay. Because we are with mask on, right? So my intention is to finish it up, no matter how hard is it. Yeah, it's quite fun, something quite fun is not happen every day. Yeah.
But really, you have to be very strong-willed lah, because it's a blood, sweat, and tears occupation.
Yep. Because anything this comes along, right, will not be compared with a 9-to-5 boring job for me for myself. Because I feel okay, this I really want to do like this, so I give all my best. Of course, people tell me, is it doing art is sustainable? Of course, you don't refer to those failure, but you refer to those who make it, and you try to learn from them. And every time, every project, give your 200% and not 100%. because the 200% can create opportunity for your next project. So this is how I live my life. I treat all my project as my last project. I just give all my best and never hold back. Yeah.
Okay, that's a great answer. I'm going to move on to the next question.
Next. Yeah.
Okay, if there are any graffiti artists that want to collaborate with you, what do they need to do?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I get this question a lot. But normally, if they want to paint together, I will see their work lah. Then beside that, then maybe I have a big gathering with my friend and with some wall. Then got some other wall left over. Then maybe you can join us to paint together. But I have a certain, because we've been working for like 10 years, right? I have some friend that been coming along the way, and we've been quite close together even from the start till now. Yeah. So even if you cannot collaborate with me, right, you can start to find that some new friend that want to practice together, right? Then you can hang out together and bonding a bit. And from there you can discuss idea. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I guess it's important as well. Oh, okay, we have a next question. Justin, do you want to switch on your microphone?
Hello, Justin.
Oh, he doesn't want to. Okay. Good afternoon. I'd like to ask, who is Kenji's favorite graffiti artist?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, so always my number one until today, even though he's not doing something like crazy anymore, his name called Aryz, Aryz. He's from I think he's from, not if not mistaken, it's from Germany or where.
Wow.
He's the one who started some crazy big wall, and it's really big. It's like a 5th floor or 8 or 10 or 20. So he inspired me a lot. And he's very serious about his work, whereby I have a friend who encountered to meet him one day, and there was like he was so into his wall until like he was thinking, do he want to amend part of it? And then when after the lunch, right, then he go back and amend 1.5 floor of the body because he feel the proportion is not right. So he's very passionate in it. You can check it out. Aryz, Aryz. Beside that, also like a guy called Nichos, Nychos. He's like godfather of graffiti. Like he started like street art graffiti long time ago. And then he been doing a lot of crazy dissect, and then like dissect like animal, dissect like a human being. It's really crazy idea. Yeah, so it's my inspiration.
Wow.
So it's the first two people who inspired me. And beside one, right, there was like a guy from Korea called Atanjo. He was like I was like doing computer work at my office 10 years ago, and then I saw a cool video. Wow, I say I want to be this guy. They are like doing cool graffiti. And then 4 years ago, I have a chance to meet him at Mongolia, and then now we become good friends.
Nice.
So it's really kind of like nice experience.
And now it's the age of the internet, easier to connect with other artists as well.
Very, very. You just need to be hardworking and share your work to the public and share with everyone. Yeah, you nothing to lose, right? Like you didn't put any money in it. You just put your time, and you're doing something you love. So I think it's very good. It's very good era for us now.
Yeah, guys out there, if you are willing to, start a new art form, don't be shy to share your work. Okay, moving on to the next question. We have a question from
Next one.
Jen Ai Yao. Do you want to switch on your camera? Jen Ai Yao. Okay, hi. Just unmute your mic, please. Hello.
Hello, Kenji. I just want to ask when
Hi.
you're going to have a physical class. I mean, you can bring us around to do a hands-on graffiti.
Oh, this one maybe next year. See whether I can do it. For sure, I will invite you. Okay.
Do you get a lot of
Okay, no
inquiries
problem.
to do classes?
Of course, like many people ask me. So like how to say, like I try to plan something, but like Chandana, then I have a chance to do one time then for everyone. So who has attended this class, then I will try my best to solve all the problems, solve all the questions. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Okay, yeah, so we have that. And for the next question, Kwa Michael, where to get those good spray brands of paint around PJ? Or maybe you can recommend some shops that you go to a lot to buy your stuff.
Okay. Okay. So basically I have shown in the video, right? There's like 2 or 3 brands. So the first one with Montana will be the most expensive one. And you can get it in, there's 2 Montana lah. So one you can get it in district shop, white color one, Montana 94. And then the other one, Montana color, you can get it from my friend Akit. His store called Sembu Store, SEMBO.
Okay.
And then if you want to have a low range one, then you can proceed to Chitat and then spray around 20 bucks lah. That one without UV is called One Take, and it's good enough. It's acrylic base and it's better than the below 10 ringgit spray a lot, because the pigment is quite strong and fully covered and it's affordable. So beside that, you can try in Blast Store, a brand called MBQ. That's with UV protection. That's why when for outdoor use is very good, but for indoor you can just use something cheaper a bit. Yeah, like I told you guys, One Take in Chitta. So you can type in Google and search. Yeah, maybe I will type it up on the chart there for you guys to see.
Sounds good. All right,
Next.
that actually follows up to the next question also about different types of paints from Nur Aina Mardia. Have you done neon or glow in the dark graffiti?
Yep. The glow in the dark or neon, right? It require you have the UV light. Then only the paint will glow. Okay, so if for people who interested to use this UV paint, right, make sure you give a white base on the shape of what you want before you spray or paint on it, because the UV paint is very thin. It couldn't have a good coverage. So you need to have a white base, make sure you fully covered the place you want, then only you spray on it. That day I was using Samurai, I think, or Anchor. I think it's Anchor UV paint. It requires to put a white base before we paint on it to have a flat surface slowly, layer by layer. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, great. I feel like we have one more question coming in, or a few last questions as well. Okay. So
Okay, sure. No
from
problem.
Amanda Hugh, if you are not doing graffiti, what kind of art form would you do?
Again?
If you're not practicing graffiti as your art form, what other different art form would you practice?
I have customizing toys, because all the while for myself, right? I've told you guys I was like a bit of a comic and this and that, right? So like, I'm very into like toys, and I was so poor when I was young. So now I have a chance and I have more money, then I would try to invest more on like doing toys. And also like beside that, I've been joining like customized toys, like doing my dog into a toys, and then join some show from the state or from overseas. So it's kind of fun. So it's like painting on a toy is like something different for me. It's quite
Or
cool.
like miniature painting?
Yeah, beside that, before this, miniature painting, and you can see the physical, like your artwork, right, or your drawing become like 3D. So the feeling is quite good, quite fun. It's something different. Yeah.
Nice. Sounds interesting. Okay, I think we have a question that relates back to what you have, your travels and what inspires you as well. We have a question from Taufik. Can you share which country you have visited that, in your opinion, has the best graffiti and street art?
Okay. Of course, before we become graffiti artists, right, we always wanted to be, we always refer to place, right? So I think in my memory, I think the best I've been seeing it is in Melbourne and Miami. I start from Miami. Miami is like before pandemic, 2019, I think. I've been to Miami. It's crazy. All the big guns, all the graffiti artists from the state, they will fly to Miami because on that time, right, it's really like very cold in New York. So they all fly to Miami. Miami is like quite kind of chill, kind of like vibes. So I saw a lot of good big pieces. All the best artists, they will be in the Miami Art Basel. So that's the place where we go around and paint it. And I see a lot of like some people that look up to like Pursue and Tristan Eaton and different kind of artists, they will be there. And Ron English. So we'll have a good time like communicating or maybe try to know each other and try to understand more about how to produce a good art and try to step into this kind of like scene to be like joining them to exhibit. So I think that's a good way to really share or maybe have a look at people and get some inspiration from there. Yeah, of course, like people be mentioned like in Berlin, of course, but I haven't been to Berlin. I'm sure that one day I will be there and have a look like how good are them in painting those things. Yeah, but I think street art, I think more in Berlin or where or maybe somewhere else. Because now graffiti has been evolved a lot into like street art and become like an art piece really, not like just purely graffiti. So I think a lot of variety for you guys to choose and do it.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay,
yeah. Next question. We have actually completed most of the questions. Does anyone else want to raise their hand or have anything they want to ask Kenji before we close off the session? Okay. I'm guessing not really, but that's quite enough questions. And I actually have one question for you. Now that, you know,
sure.
pandemic and now that, you know, there's a lot of changes, I guess, even in your personal travel schedule as well, traveling for work is something that's a bit more limited. What are you looking forward to in the next year to come? Do you want to go into teaching more because you have a lot of people interested to learn? Do you want to go into different sort of branches of art moving forward?
Actually for me, I still think that I'm not up to that level to teach art because like there's a lot for me to like chase and to achieve before this. But why not if maybe got times, but I'm more into like one digital and try to like pre-record it nicely, then only because mostly people come to me, right? They will ask the same question again and again. So I hope that I can do like a really complete video and show it to you guys. So from there on, you can have a basic how you start something. Yeah. So maybe like this, and other than that, maybe we'll do some exhibition next year. Depends.
Okay, yeah, things are opening up again, so it'll be good time to do an exhibition. Yeah, so I guess that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you everyone for attending and spending time in this session, exploring art through graffiti with Kenji Chai. We hope that you gain useful knowledge and that you also had fun throughout the session. So before we end the session, we sincerely hope that you take the time to fill out a survey form. It's in the chat box. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Who knows, in the future we'll be able to do more open arts classes. So also, before we end, I would also like to highlight that we have the next open arts classes. One of the classes we want to highlight for next week is traditional gambos music with Adi Guru Muhammad Razi Othman next Friday, 8 to 10 p.m., 19 November 2021. So, and if you want to know on our next classes, next week is our last week of open arts classes. You can look at the website www.buskl.com.my/AITC/OAC for more information. So before we close off this session, Kenji, do you have any final words you want to share with us?
importantly is now you have some knowledge, right? Importantly is to hands-on practice and practice, okay? Don't give up at the first 2 times. So keep on doing it until you make it. That's it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good Sunday ahead and see you next week at the next Open Arts classes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. See you. Peace.